You know what? I love you, babe, but maybe we should take a break.
A break? Maybe you should kiss my ass.
Sound familiar? You in a relationship and this shit ain't working. It's time for the truth. This is the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Voice of Reason has returned to Dash Radio. Listen, if you're unfamiliar with how we get down, this is a caller-driven show. I need you to get to your phone lines right now. The number to dial is 844-55-1. That's 844-55-1. And listen, I'm really active on Twitter, so get at me on Twitter, at ZO Williams. I will respond to you on Twitter during this broadcast. So if you have comments, if you got statements, whatever it is you want to say, I will get to it and respond live on the air. You're listening to the Voice of Reason. It's Zoe What? I'm in the building. Hot Button Radio, Dash Radio. We're live and in effect, and I'm ready to go. Listen, we've got some phone people on, too. We got some guests on the line. We got a whole crew up in here to deal with a very difficult topic. You know, I like to do difficult topics, right? Okay, so we have 3 women in the building. Really quickly, Whitney Tabor.
Yeah.
Back in the building.
What's poppin'?
Yes, after a week of partying.
Hey.
Right?
It was Tuesday. You had to do it, right?
Right? And then, of course, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant back in the building.
Hello.
A lot of people have asked me, what are you a doctor of?
I have a doctorate in psychology. I have a master's in psychology. I have an undergraduate degree in psychology.
She's a pimp.
I'm a pimp. No, I'm a doctor and an author in psychology. I'm a life coach.
Excellent. And in studio with us today, the homie Nico. I want to say Nicole.
No, it's Nicole, N-E-E, phonetically.
Actress, been in about 784,000 nationally televised commercials, and now doing a one-woman show. Tell us about that.
The show is called I'm Not My Mother, and I just wrapped it at the Osher Studio in Berkeley, and we're going to see where we're going to go from there.
You're not your mother.
I'm not.
Whew. A lot of women can't say that.
A lot of women can't be that.
Oof, we gonna go deep up in here this evening. Who do we have on the line right now? I think Veronica Conway and another one of my special guests are in the building. Hopefully that's Nityama, and then we got Heka. Who we got on the line right now?
This is Heka. You can hear me.
I got Veronica. I got Heka. Say hi, Heka.
Hi, y'all. What's up?
Hi, Heka.
Hey, Heka.
Hey.
Last week they was calling Heka. They was calling Heka the ratchet psychic because she was banging on people with her psychic ability. She was really gangbanging. Now, really quickly, let me move to Veronica. Veronica from Cal Berkeley, Oakland area, daughter of a Panther, went to Cal Berkeley. She should be an author right now, but she's authored so many other things. She's a power, I don't even know how to explain it, a power broker, a power mover. She knows all of the big people in the world. She knows how to get things done. You know, went to Cal Berkeley, graduated from there, got a, degree in, what is your degree in, Veronica? It's a lot of Virgo energy in here. Jesus.
Political science is what I got my degree in, but really I'm a master hypnotist and NLP chick. I like to create. I like to help people make a bunch of money. That's what I'm doing right now. Helping people make a bunch of money.
That's how she gets down.
That's what I do.
Yeah, she taught Iyanla Van Zant neuro-linguistic programming. I mean, this woman here is dynamosity. That's a new word, ladies and gentlemen. Write it down. Zoe Williams, dynamosity. Thank you, Veronica, for joining the show. Is Nityama on with us? Yes. No, we don't have Nityama yet. So, Veronica, I'm going to let you deal with that right now before we toss to our real topic. I wanted to cover something today, and I want to throw this to the listeners. Now, we all know about this Mike Brown issue. Hands up don't shoot. This is a big argument going on out in the world right now. Huge argument. Did the brother say, hands up, don't shoot? There are a lot of conflicting, statements out there. And now the Justice Department has come out and said there are no credible witnesses to verify that the brother actually had his hands up. So now the question becomes, did that whole campaign or that whole march, right? Did that whole thing that was based on hands up, don't shoot, was that all just a lie? I got more questions regarding the justice system.
That's a good question. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take that on. I think
You're going to take it?
Yeah, I'm going to take it.
Or you're going to ask for it?
I'm going to take it.
Okay, good. She's Leo.
She's a Leo.
Right.
I don't necessarily think that the statement was a ploy for the march and the injustice. I think it was the action of shooting. And I think if we don't trivialize it over something so small as to that, because what is that? That could potentially just be a T-shirt. I think the relevance is the shooting itself.
You want to just distract us from that, right?
I think that the distraction is always the gist of moving on to a lighter picture, especially when something is so dark and heavy.
Right. That's good. That's a good response. I like that. My other portion to that question, because it was a two-parter, was when the Justice Department and, people like them come out with these decisions, should we just go along with it? Or should we, because conspiracy is a bad word in America. Should we see that as some type of propaganda that's trying to push us past the situation so that we don't stand up and fight? Veronica?
Something about this? Yeah. Listen, just because they didn't find evidence specific to this case, if black folks have not been in a state of hands up, don't shoot for about 400 years now in this country and all over the world, but I don't know what state we've been in. So I think it matters not what the specific responses of this case are. That the posture, the positioning about we are under assault from the police force as a general rule across the board. Doesn't matter if we're carrying burritos or toy guns or whatever. We're still under assault. So can we just expand?
So whether his hands were up or not, our hands have been up this whole time, right?
Exactly.
1,200 years.
Jeez, 400 hands. Yeah, our arms are tired. Heka, what is your thought on that?
Well, wow. Well, I like to look beneath the surface when it comes to this type of topic. And of course, on the surface, we do have people with their hands up, which I really did have a problem with. I had a problem with people holding their hands up and begging not to be shot. I don't feel that it should be necessary for us to do that as a people. We've come too far already, I feel, to have to beg for somebody not to shoot us. But when you go beneath the surface, in my opinion, you have to take a look at the astrological implications that are taking place here. And astrologically speaking, we've been going through this Uranus-Pluto square for the last 3 years. And I like to term Uranus-Pluto squares like the Crips versus the Bloods. I guess that's the best way that I can put it. And this Mike Brown thing has been going on. Every single time we have something come up as it pertains to this Mike Brown thing, we're dealing with the Uranus-Pluto square, exactitude as it pertains to the square. Now, the very final square until 2064, I think it is coming up on March the 17th. Mm-hmm. And here, this square is coming up on March 17th, and we're dealing with it yet again.
Wow.
There will have to be some form of change. Of course, Uranus is about freedom. Pluto is about transformation of the justice system. Pluto in Capricorn. Capricorn is about everything pertaining to the police force. Rules, regulations, laws, and all of this stuff. So Uranus is coming through and said, hey, this stuff has to change.
You know what?
Wow.
I get the astrological, but I deal in like my reality. And reality being, I think it goes based on the history of this country. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that this is a Mike Brown issue that just came up. I think it's been a continual basis of assault and murdering of black men and black individuals throughout the judicial system, throughout the police system, the incarceration. All of it is basically like a dissemination of our race and our culture. And I think that the foundation of that is really based on what else? Slavery. The perpetuation and the myth of African Americans in this country being lesser than someone else in terms of being another nationality or a race is just to continue a hierarchy.
So the real question is, who does Eric Holder answer to? Because he's a black man. How is it that his black administration, right, the Justice Department, came back with no evidence of any wrongdoing? How did that happen?
I believe...
Somebody get to your phone lines right now, because somebody's bullshitting. 1-844-55-1. That's 1-844-55-1. I want to hear what people got to say on this.
I was going to say, I believe that just as the African-American culture in general, we need to find a balance between being problem-focused and dealing with the reality of what the issue really is. Racism and, black people in general as a culture, especially black men dealing with a lot of oppression and so forth, and the balance of solution focused. Can we come up with solutions versus just marching in the streets with our hands up and being involved with rioting and stealing and theft and screaming and hollering and stopping the freeways and barricading streets? I just think that we do need to focus on the problem as far as acknowledging it. But then we need to come up with solutions that can bring us into a further movement.
This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do.
Do whatever,
I need a solution from your ass right now.
Recondition the entire police force and let them know black people are not your enemy.
Yes, we are.
That is what we need to do. But you know what? No, we are a frenemy. I'm not going to be anybody's enemy that could possibly shoot me.
I think that this is not the solution to everything, but a good solution or an effective one would be to educate the black community on, especially the black man, on how to be comfortable with being black in the community.
But see, that's a problem. That's super crazy to me because it's like, what the hell? You can't ask somebody to get up and be comfortable when they wake up in the morning.
Cheyenne, what's wrong with you, Cheyenne?
No, I'm just saying that it's not about telling somebody to wake up in the morning and be comfortable. It's about a lot of black men have experienced identity crisis because of the racism that they go through every day in their life. So they do experience identity crisis as far as, who am I? Who can I be? Who is it all right to be? They don't need to be educated on who to be. They need to come to a place where they can be comfortable with being their authentic self. But that's what I'm saying.
But when you add in those special conditions for one individual as opposed to everybody, that's when you continue to perpetuate the differences between everybody.
But what special condition?
That I need to get up, like a black man would need to get up in the morning and be comfortable with themselves in order to...
I'm saying everyone in general. Women, men, regardless of your race, you need to come to a place where you are comfortable with your authentic self and who you are.
Okay, so listen, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Because this that bullshit right now. I'm going to give out the phone lines because I want people to talk to Cheyenne's crazy ass. Because Cheyenne just said black men... No. Let me do it another way.
Word it right,
Veronica.
Yeah.
Can we help... Cheyenne, understand a few things?
Well, here's what I think.
Yes, please.
It is true that black men, we all need our minds reconditioned to reclaim our power. And that's some of what I do. But the bigger piece of it is that we don't even understand. It's really an economic game. And as Claude Anderson said, you make enough money in your business. That's why I help people with money. You make enough money in your business, then you buy politicians, you buy the courts, you buy, right? I mean, sad but true, it's rigged that way. So for example, we didn't know that there were stand your ground laws until they had passed them in 22 states. Why? Because behind closed doors, you had large corporate funders pouring money into politicians and having them buy the stuff up and pass these laws, which were really just kill Negro at will laws. Stand your ground was really just kill Negro at will laws. And they got passed in 22 states before black people even knew what was happening.
Grown up Veronica business. Go ahead, Veronica. Go ahead.
I mean, I hate it happened, but I hate that it happened. But Trayvon woke us up to the fact that there was a national initiative that even the most powerful black leaders, many of them in this country, knew nothing about. They are also passing laws that are saying, you can't record police. So we have to kind of move it from our mindset over to the economic and the political.
Right.
And really understand
Right.
how to go beyond marching.
It's also based on history. I mean, Emmett Till woke us up to something. You're just saying the same incident in another year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We've already come from the past to the future. We have the same exact...
But what we can't do...
We never got our money handled.
She's right. We never got our money handled. And number two, what we can't do is do what Cheyenne said was condition black men to get comfortable with this disparity.
First of all, I never said condition black anybody to get comfortable with
we need
any
to teach black
disparity.
men.
What I said was people
Teaching
in
is
general
conditioning.
need to come to a place or a space within themselves where they can be comfortable, or they are comfortable within their authentic self. That means as a black man, whoever you choose to be, as a black man, however you choose to represent yourself, whoever that representative is, you need to come to a place where you are comfortable with that, regardless of what's going on in your external world. Meaning, internally, you need to be able to govern yourself internally so that when your external world is in chaos, it doesn't drive you internally bananas to where now you're having to conform to external forces, i.e. the white man, i.e. the police, i.e. racism, and so forth.
But external forces, your nature and your nurture, are always going to determine who you are. If you grow up in the hood, you got different things happening outside your door. It's way different than somebody who's outside their doors, Beverly Hills, and they're not dealing with those same issues of the ghetto. So when we talk about that, you might as well talk to somebody's mother and father, because at the end of the day, your values, your core values, they're going to come from home first.
Yeah.
So if you get up and walk out the door acting and looking like a little piece of shit, that's what you're going to give society.
Right, and everything learned can be unlearned, and new behavior can be learned if it's learned behavior. That's my point. It becomes a choice once you reach adulthood. It becomes a choice. Use it.
Wait. Hold on. I got to take control.
I was going to do the same.
Everybody's mic, God damn it. LB from Connecticut, you're on the line right now. Holla at me, homie.
Hey, what's up, Zoe? How you doing? How y'all doing, man?
Talk to me, man. What's the deal?
So here's the thing. Here's how you take back control. You take the black dollar out of America. As black people, we spend so much money at these places that are white-owned, and that's why I really like you as a person, though, because you promote black businesses on your show.
Even though he has
every
blue
day.
eyes.
So you take your black dollars out of America, and that's how you teach a lesson. Marching and burning cars and stopping the streets is not going to prove a point. You take that black dollar out of America, and they'll learn their lesson.
Great point, man. We appreciate you reaching out, man. Thanks again. Listen, we got to take a quick break. But when we come back, I promise you, the wayward little lemur over here by the name of Dr. Cheyenne Bryant will be caged for the remainder of the show. I promise you. We'll be back. Voice of Reason. I'll holla in a second. Dash Radio, Hot Button Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, the Voice of Reason back in the building. Zoe Williams, I got like 37 shows going on at one time. This show is crazy right now. I need you to get to your phone lines, 844. Wait, the ladies are sitting here writing and texting.
I'm not, actually.
What's the number?
1-844-55-1.
Uno.
Do it.
1-844-55-1.
Okay, what are the numbers?
You got to look at your keypad.
1-844-55-3274.
Somebody get at us right now. Call me right now. We want to get your opinion on all of this stuff that we're talking about right now. We've got Veronica Conway on the line. Veronica Conway is probably one of the greatest transformational coaches in the world. She's a sister. She created this whole coalition of black coaches, life coaches, transformational coaches. I mean, she's incredible. Like I said, she taught Iyanla Vanzant neuro-linguistic programming. She certified her. She's that cold. You got to get with Veronica Conway at veronicaconway.com. VC, you're on the line with me right now?
I'm on the line. I think our friend's on the line, too.
Is my brother Nityama in the building? Nityama? Is Nityama on the line with us? I can't hear him.
Yes, so I'm here.
Oh, I hear the brother.
Gary.
Yeah, brother.
Hi, Nityama.
Nityama, we need you, man. We need you, brother. We need you. We were talking about, the Justice Department and how all of these decisions, whether it's Eric Garner, we've come back with the verdict. The cop is not in trouble for choking this man out. The little kid, Tamar Rice, down in Cleveland. Oh, it was his fault the police shot and killed a 12-year-old African-American child. Mike Brown, walking down the street, in the middle of the street. Well, I saw that. Is it legal for me to shoot and kill him? I think I'm in danger. I think, is it legal? I should shoot and kill him. I should shoot him in the head, right? All of these deaths, and every time the judicial system is involved, there's always we're not at fault. We had to kill these kids. So Cheyenne Bryant, our resident doctor here, was saying black men need to get comfortable in the system.
That's not what Zoe.
A system of oppression.
Zoe, I didn't
That's what you
say
said.
that. Nityama. I'm sorry, Nityama, if I pronounce your name wrong. I didn't say that. I'm gonna say it as blunt as I can. What I said was that black men need to get to the point where they are comfortable with being whoever they choose to be, and not conforming to the system or to whatever external forces have them feeling that they need to conform
I
or
think
be
black
inferior
men
to.
are less conformist than black women.
I'm not that. This is not a comparison, though.
I'm just saying.
We're talking. It's not what we're talking about. So, Nityama, that's what I said. I didn't say that they need to conform to the system because I am an anti-conformist. I do not believe in fitting in anyone's box.
Who believes that? Somebody call us right now, 844. Somebody call us right now, 844-55-1. Nityama, welcome to the show. We're going to get into our original topic. And I think it's high time we got into it.
Well, I have something to say about what y'all were just...
Please speak on it, brother.
Talk to me, Nityama.
Well, the first thing is that these people can do whatever they want to do with the cattle that they own.
Wow.
You don't go on a man's farm and tell him he can't kill his cow.
Yep.
Wow.
So we're screaming, you can't kill our fellow cow. You can't kill our fellow cow like that. Why are you a cow in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And
I believe that.
This goes way back. The moment that our beautiful black mothers unconsciously, without knowing, signed those birth certificates, they made us a ward of the state. The state owns you.
Woo.
It does whatever it wants to do with you, and there is no recourse.
Wow. Wow.
That's where it all stems from. So you were pronounced dead before your feet ever hit the ground.
I believe that because I believe you have to be seen as an individual in order for them as a human being, as a person.
They don't deal with human beings. This is not about human beings. This is where we all made a mistake. See, when your mother signed you over as a piece of cargo being registered at the dock and upon delivery, she sold you into slavery. She didn't know it, bless her heart, but that's what she did. And the moment she did that, you no longer belong to her. Your children no longer belong to you if you follow the same road. And nobody that's walking around owns themselves. You are property of someone else on paper. So they're really in no way killing you, the human being, in their mind. They are destroying a piece of paper.
Wow. Now that was heavy.
Yeah. That was deep.
That's the reason why they have no recourse about it. They don't even think about it. You are a number. That's why you think you got that Social Security number.
Mabel King.
That's in order to identify the cattle. You stamp your cattle with a hot iron rod. Make sure you want.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Nityama, finish, man. We listen.
Yeah. So we got to go back to basic fundamentals. We got to educate our women to stop going up in these hospitals, having these babies, and giving them birth certificates. I give you an example. A woman had 2 children. She went out to her car one day, a very hot day. put her children in the car, and then she realized she forgot something, went back into the house, but she locked the car. A nosy neighbor saw her do that and called Child Protective Services. They were there in 10 minutes. They took all 3 children. The next day, they came back with one child in hand, knocked on her door, and said, "Here, you can have this one back because this one doesn't belong to us." Now, she was complete. They kept the other 2. She was completely baffled as to why they brought one back and kept the other. It took her 2 weeks to remember that child had no birth certificate.
Wow.
It wasn't because the child was bad.
I was going to say, was it a bad kid?
No, they brought the child back because the child had no birth certificate. And they said when they brought the child back, this one is not one of ours. They owned the other 2. This one they didn't own. And see, and these are the things that we don't understand. We're living in an illusory world where we have no idea what is really actually going on.
Wow.
We are fighting things that there's no way to win fighting them because I don't care how much a cow fights against its owner, it will never be free.
Wow. So we're just chattel.
You got
That's
just
cattle.
And until you figure out how to reclaim God, and I ain't talking about churches, I'm talking about the God that created you from the inside out. Until you can get back there and let go of this illusory idea that the government is God.
Wow. See, he dropping something heavy. Hey, Nityama, really quickly, let me get in this caller who's sitting on the line. You hitting him in the head right now. You got the adjuster. The adjuster is on the line from Alabama. What's happening? Is this Roll Tide or War Eagle? Which one?
War Eagle all day.
War Eagle. Yeah, there we go. My son is going to Auburn. So War Eagle. Exactly. Let's get it right. The adjuster.
I thought these were cool nicknames you guys had for each other. So I was like, what? I want one.
Hysterical. Speak on it, adjuster.
He picked the right school. But I called in to speak to Cheyenne or at Cheyenne because I really would rather her not respond.
Ooh. Talkie Smurf. Go ahead, the adjuster.
Cut
off Cheyenne's mic.
I'm listening.
Dr. Hunter, I'll address you that way. Dr. Hunter, you have 3 psychology degrees, right?
I'm going to speak for her. Yes, she does.
Yes, we're speaking for her. She's on punishment.
Oh,
my mic, is it on?
Well, she just gained a point by being obedient and not responding. Okay.
What world?
I'm going to have to shut you down for that.
Right?
Just let him finish. Let him finish. Let the caller finish. Let the caller finish.
Women have women rights.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
My point is, she has 3 psychology degrees, and then she said that a solution to the problem would be for black males to adjust themselves to fit into the system.
That's not what I said.
Then when
that's not what I said.
Zoe reiterated that, she said, "I'm not a conformist."
I did not.
So,
to clear it up, I didn't say
DC,
that.
cut her mic off. You cut her mic off. Go ahead, adjuster. Finish your point, my friend. We're going to let you...
Well, I'm just wondering, it seems... This is a side thought, but it seems like with 3 psychology degrees, in order for everyone to be adjusted to this new system of conforming, which black men will never do. We are gods.
Oh, wow. I feel you.
Yeah. In order for that to happen, that would greatly enhance
So listen,
our clientele.
this is what I'm about to do right now, adjuster. I appreciate you reaching out to us. The number to dial is 844.
Thank you, adjuster.
Right, 844-55-1. 844-55-1. Please call us right now. Let us know what you think about this topic. Really quickly, I'm going to allow Miss Cheyenne to respond.
I want to thank Adjuster for calling in. I honor your opinion and your perception. I want to clear it up for the 3rd time. I did not say black men or anybody who's a human being should conform to anything or fit in anyone's box. What I said was they need to be who they choose to be, their authentic self. Stand in their authentic power and do not, let me say it again, do not conform to anything outside of what they choose to be, their authentic self. I am an anti-conformist. Do I think that you should be an anti-conformist to the point that you go out and you riot and you cause more issues for our culture? No. But I do not think you should conform to anything outside of what you want to be, which is standing in your authentic power. I hope I cleared it up. If I didn't, call in.
So let's do it right now.
Yes.
We're going to get to our topic. That wasn't even our topic.
After everyone beat me up.
Wait,
you beat yourself.
No.
I want to make
Zoe
one.
started
a
war.
We've got to go.
I want to make.
Are you going to be on my team? Or you're
No. I was really going to just say the one caller that called in about taking black dollars out of white America. I just want to say I'm going to put my money in public transportation because it's a lot of white women riding around here on brothers' dollars.
Got it off, didn't you?
That's it. That's it.
She still got it off, right?
Can I get a ride?
They wayward. I'm really going to be cutting off mics throughout the whole
that's
show.
A good thing. Getting off.
All of them. Thank you. So here I am. I'm back. Okay. Let's get it back on. Is Nityama on the line with us right now? Let's make sure he's there with us. Veronica. Hello. You're in. Okay, we got to get Nityama back on the line. I think we lost him. Let's get him back because I want to start this topic. Okay, have him call back because I want to start the topic right now. Because I think this topic is
crazy.
Yeah. Because it's tied into what we've been talking about. It really is. It's tied in. The topic is the sexually frustrated woman, desperately deprived and orgasmically deprived woman.
I love that.
I think
orgasmically is hilarious.
Don't mess with me, Zoe. Please don't mess with me, Zoe.
The undersatisfied womb man. That's what we want to talk about. Because I think there's a certain level of insanity going on in the women. As the women go, so goes the rest of the world because you guys are creators. And if you're insane because you're not bussing off, and I'm not talking about the little putt-putt cum nuts you have. I'm talking about deep, spiritual, orgasmic experience. Hey, research says 80% of all women are not bussing off. Can you imagine the level of insanity that's happening because of that? Jesus. So listen, that's today's topic. I want you to get to your phone lines to chime in. I got questions. I've got guests. The number to dial is 844-55-1, 844-55-1. Listen, it's important. I know all the women at this table are going to say, I have orgasms all the time, and they're great, and they're wonderful, and you're lying, and I believe it. 844-55-1. We're going to get to that. Nityama, you're on the line with us, right?
Yes, I'm here, though.
Brother Nityama, can you speak at length? Because I don't want to hear their lying mouths. They're going to be telling us that they have orgasms all the time. But if the stats say 80% of all women are struggling to have this deep experience, why do you think that is?
Well, first of all, we have to categorize this word orgasm.
Let's do
Everybody think they're talking about the same thing. So a woman says, have you ever had an orgasm? Oh, yeah, girl, I have them all the time. But the catch in it is most women have only experienced little clitoral climaxes. They haven't experienced orgasm.
Okay.
Meaning, see, when a woman has some kind of little something happen with her clit, this is something that she can do for herself. Or she can use the water coming from the shower. Or she can use a lot of women have trained their dogs how to do it. You don't need a man for that. I call that a little child's orgasm. That's a child's orgasm.
Oh, my goodness.
So now, when I ask a woman, I say, so are you orgasmic? She said, yes. I said, well, are you multi-orgasmic? She said, yes. I said, what does that mean to you? Well, I have 2 or 3. Sometimes I've even had 4. I said, well, now, let me invite you into the world I live in. If a woman has anything less than 500 to 1,000 orgasms in an evening, I feel like the evening has been an entire waste.
Damn.
How long is your hours in the evening,
what?
Gina?
Wow.
But here's the deal. Most women are having orgasms like they're men because they were trained by ignorant men.
Wow.
So she thinks that she's trying to rush and get one orgasm before he comes and leaves.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is that a woman, the way she functions, Her orgasmicness is a wave. It's not a one and done. It's not a 3 or 4 done. It's like an orgasm 1 every 8/10 of a second, and she could go on like that for 3 or 4 hours and then get up with so much energy till she rearranges the house just to use off some of that energy.
And cooks you a plate of food, right?
There
Cooks
it
you a
is.
plate of food.
Now, let me ask this. Have any of y'all sitting at this table experienced that type of bus off?
I've had not the 5,000 millions that we were speaking of, but I feel like we've gotten pretty close. It was like, what the fuck just happened? Real life. Like I was like, he was like, why are you crying? I'm like, I don't know.
And how many times did you have that experience?
I would say only about 3 times in my life that I've had. Literally,
Okay,
like my mind was just done. I couldn't. Didn't know what to do.
This is your birthright. This is your birthright. This is what you came here with, the ability and the way it was set up for you to know your life. Not once or twice, 3 times. No, this is something that is there for you every time you engage with a man that's conscious.
Okay.
Conscious.
And it will open your crown chakra and start having you pulling in information from other worlds once you get deep in it. It ain't even about just busting. It's about being able to connect with the divinity of who you are and what you came to this planet for as a woman.
Is that Pluto penis?
Ooh.
No.
He said out of the world, so I'm like,
Venus.
it's another universe. But my thing is this. I think you're really referring to like a physiological effect of an orgasm. And for the most part of it, you know, every day. Hang on. Right, I get it. That's my whole point. So then, as mature adults, women, we like to say that the individual that we're being intimate with, we've already had an orgasm before we lay down with them. Once you get in the bed, it's almost like a sport, and everybody plays to win, right?
It's an incentive.
Same time.
It's an incentive to the emotional, the mental,
what's
spiritual
the
orgasm you've already obtained.
Exactly.
What's the competition?
What was that, Nityama?
What is the competition?
I didn't say that.
I said that based on the fact that you said, you know, almost like a sport. And my point is
no, I ain't talking about no sport.
I'm well aware.
I'm talking about your spirit.
That's what I'm saying. We should have had an orgasm before we get physiological, before we get naked. We should have one. We should be having one with that individual we're paired with 24/7.
If you go out to dinner with me, you're gonna have an orgasm at the table in the restaurant.
No, this is real. This is the real deal.
Hold on, Nityama. Let me tell you something. I believe that you are worldly and wise, full of wisdom, but you will not be throwing me to the woods.
You
with no
ain't
orgasm
got no
like
choice
that at
in the
table.
matter.
If I don't have a choice in the matter, because I'm gonna put you to sleep. I don't play that.
Is that what it is?
You don't play what?
I'm not getting 100,000 orgasms, but when I'm in it, I'm invested in it, and I'm getting all that I desire and all that I need.
I want to say, Nityama, that the orgasm that you're explaining or defining as being with a man who's conscious, where it's outside of the body, is what I got from your definition. Right. Based on that, I'd have to say that I have not experienced that orgasm. Now, based on a level of feeling a strong connection and intense chemistry, my body's going into convulsions. There are multiple orgasms. We've already...
There are a lot of reasons why women go into convulsions, and all of them ain't good.
But I do want to say, Nityama, that I have hilarious. I've interacted in tantric sex where, similar to what Nicole was saying, I have orgasmed not just physically, but I have had orgasms before we even had intercourse with a man where, and I've been very orgasmic.
Guess what? Guess what? This is what you guys don't understand. We got somebody on the phone. I'm about to come to you, Veronica. We got somebody on the phone who has experienced the power of Nityama and what he's talking about.
That's what I want to hear.
Veronica, can you please add some clarity to this whole foolishness that's going in here with the 3 blind mice?
Veronica, you're on the end of this?
Hey, turn off all of their mics. Veronica, go.
So I've worked alongside Nityama at a distance because, by the way, this does not have to happen in person. It can also happen via phone. I've seen Nityama take a group of women that were on a Skype cam, and they were on the other side of the world, and he took a room of 60 of them into the same orgasm with his thought. So just as Nityama said, but we need to define orgasm, we need to define conscious man. So because most men are running around with very little deeper education of the psychosexual, emotional, spiritual, like how that's all configured and how that goes together, and because they get so much of their training from the streets or from porn or from wherever, but they're not really getting it in any deep, meaningful way, then what women are experiencing is exactly what we're hearing. They're settling for, I don't know, a Ritz cracker.
Wow.
When it could be an entire feast upon feast upon feast that not only changes you in that moment, but actually connects you to God in such a way that you show up in the world as a complete manifester, designed to do what you're meant to do. Women are not supposed to be in their heads trying to figure a bunch of shit out, struggling to execute things. We are meant to be the magnetic polarity in the world where we draw things to us without a bunch of effort, but without being catalyzed in this way by a fully conscious man, not in the way that we hear it in the streets, but in the way that this brother is on the phone. We miss it. We miss the whole thing. And then what we attempt to do is we hear something like what he's describing, and we attempt to fit our brain around it as though it were an approximation. And all I'm saying, and what I can sense, hear, and feel, is that there's none of that. Because a woman that has entered into a deep state of surrender for hours and hours and hours upon end.
Veronica, this is Zoe. Veronica, this is Zoe. These women are not surrendering to anything. Look at them. They're in here looking. I wish you could see their faces. Mm-hmm. They're in here looking like surrender. It was like you cursed them out. It was like, listen, that's true. What I'm sensing in the room.
I don't have a problem with surrender.
Okay, so listen, really quickly,
right? At all.
We have a caller on the line from Virginia. Caller, what do you have to say? Caller, Marlene. And assalamu alaikum. The number to dial is 844-55-1. That's the number to dial, 844-55-1. Again, this topic is crazy, and I need y'all to listen and learn.
So we need some seminars for a lot of these dudes, because if we're going to sit here and say that it's all women's fault that we're not having an orgasm.
Did we say it was your fault?
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, can we get
But it is your vagina.
Let's coach.
I need his Skype number.
Right? Can we get a Skype?
Here's something.
Yes.
Here's something you women need to realize. Mm-hmm. It's your energy that rules the world. Now, if you don't want that kind of power and responsibility, then you can put the blame on men. But if you really understand how it works, my penis only responds to the amount of energy that the woman brings to the table when I penetrate her. If I penetrate her and there's no energy in her vagina because she's in her head, my penis won't even get.
Say more about that. What do you mean by because she's in her head? Say more.
If she's in her head, then there's no energy down in her body. And sex is about energy in the body. It's not about energy in the head. So a lot of men come to me and they think they have erectile dysfunction. They think they have quick ejaculation problems. I say go and have sex with another woman other than the woman that you're having sex with, and you may realize there's absolutely nothing wrong with you.
Wow.
Well, from my own personal experience, why do they always say then it's like, oh, you need a mental connection? I've literally, the sex that I have had when I'm mentally into somebody, the sex is like incredible. That's when I get the tears and I don't know what to do with myself and all that. But then when I'm just like, man, let's just get it going. You know, they always say, oh, it's about your mind and this.
I've seen women go into crying about all different kinds of fantasies. Mm-hmm. And they all in the head.
Wow.
See, a woman can manufacture feelings, fantasies, crying, the whole lot. And there can be absolutely nothing even going on. You're capable of this.
Wow.
So I only rely.
Cheyenne disagrees with you.
I've had women that start crying with me when I was having sex with them, but they were trying to pull me in, and then when I call them on it, they come back and admit, no, I wasn't really feeling that much.
Wow.
Whoa.
So I've trained my penis to know when a woman is lying and when she's telling the truth.
Is that possible?
Is there a penis school?
I'm not doing that. I'm not an actress, so I'm not going to go that. I'm not going to go that far to make some man feel good about his penis because he.
No.
I'm not doing it.
And then my thing is, why does it matter?
You go that far to make it.
He's saying you'll go that far to make yourself
feel good.
To pay off for yourself, he's saying.
It ain't about
but I got batteries and all that. Like I know how to just do it myself.
But the batteries
nowadays,
don't have
you know
a
what I'm saying?
spirit. The batteries don't have a spirit.
My thing is, Nityama, if
The
it's
batteries,
only...
She done called it 50 different names.
The battery is acclimating you to a machine. If you knew the disservice that you were truly doing to yourself, you'd throw it away.
Wow.
Ooh. Because I have a friend back in college who did not orgasm at all. Like she couldn't bust and she was with the same man forever and they love each other and all that. And then a lesbian friend of mine told her, why don't you learn yourself and your own body first and masturbate and learn how to work your own situation and then try it out with your partner. After she learned her own body with whatever she used, then she did. She had her first orgasm back when she was 22.
Let me ask Nityama this. Nityama, what are the side effects for women who don't reach this deep, meaningful orgasm? Like, what are the side effects for just living in America as a woman, and then as a black woman, and then as a orgasmically deprived black woman?
Ask a woman.
A nice home.
I'm asking the master, and then you guys can sweep up after him. Go ahead, Nityama, finish.
Okay. First of all, there are many things that this planet has no clue about a woman, including women. And that is, first of all, a woman is constantly making this thick, creamy white nectar inside that is to be shared with a man through intercourse. This is just written in the whole way things work. Most people think they get to make it up according to their mind. The real life cares nothing about what you think. It still works the way it works. So here's the deal. A woman never has any real intense, deep vaginal orgasms and releases this nectar. This nectar keeps building up in her. Every time she reads a novel, looks at a movie, or gets fondled by somebody, or gets a kiss, or watches TV, she's making this nectar with every sexual arousal she experiences. Where does it go after 30-some years? It becomes huge tumors and huge fibroids inside her womb because you can never allow all this stuff to keep flowing around inside of you. It would suffocate you to death. So the body is so intelligent, it corrals it, pulls it all into one place, encapsulates it inside skin, and then dehydrates it. So when doctors cut open fibroids, they say, well, we cut it open and all we found was white, opaque plastic. A woman never makes plastic. Wow. That is dried up nectar that was never expressed. And as a result, the body does this mechanism to keep it from drowning her to death on the inside. Sometimes this mechanism fails to work in a woman, and then all of this gelatinous substance bags up into her abdomen and coats all of her organs. And in that case, they have to take the woman in surgery, take out all of her organs, and clean all of this nectar off of them and put them back in.
Wow.
So most women have no idea that this is what's going on. Most women have no idea that if you're constantly doing something to arouse yourself, but there's never any human contact to actually to collect the nectar that you make, then you're setting yourself up for all kinds of female problems.
Wow. That was heavy.
There are times when I have opened a woman that had all this going on. The stores all in your hips, all in your thighs. We think that all black women got to have a huge, huge ass that she can't hardly even walk. No, this is nothing but her sitting on her power, sitting on nectar that has never been collected, yet she's out there doing all kinds of sexual stuff and never actually utilizing the nectar that she's creating.
So the bigger the booty,
I have initiated women sexually, and once they got initiated, all the channels for this nectar to come out open up, and they will have to wear pads for 2 or 3 months just to catch the copious amounts of nectar that are coming out of her once her channels.
And Nityama, I have a question.
So no. Before you ask the question, we got to go to break, and then we're going to come back. This was heavy. Nityama just took off from the free throw line with a blindfold on and did a 360 between the leg reverse. We'll be back in 2.2 seconds. The voice of reason on Dash Radio, Hot Button Radio. It's getting crazy in here. These women are silent. I'll be back. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason has returned. Oh my God, Dash Radio. It's crazy in here. They done turned it into a nightclub. You guys should see the breaks. They
check my
dancing.
Snapchat.
They doing all kind of stuff.
Keep my
Listen,
Snapchat.
We've got a caller on the line right now. Miss Lips from ATL. Holler at us, Miss Lips. Talk to us.
Oh, my girl. Twitter homies.
What's up, y'all?
What's poppin'?
Hey now.
She my Twitter homegirl.
I am so loving. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I am so loving this. More than once a week. This is much needed. But I would just want to say on the topic of these wounded pussies. It's too many wounded women, and they're not keeping it real.
Wow.
The reason why their pussy is wounded is because they're wounded. Now, it's a way you can reverse that. Say if you've been molested or raped, you can reverse that energy and create another type of energy instead of being wounded. You can turn that whole energy around of being a victim. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that's heavy.
You can be a sexual being. You can take it. Hey, I was molested as a child.
Wow.
I just took it as my mama pussy wasn't good enough.
Ooh.
Or my father saw something in me that had a twinkle, or I don't know, I maybe had a diamond in my pussy. I don't know, I don't know. Or maybe I had a secret recipe that I don't know, but I'm a very highly sexual individual. And I have 2 lovers. I'm just going to keep it real because some women don't keep it real. And I can come easily. I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied before they satisfied.
Wow, that was heavy. Nityama, can you speak to that? Can you speak to wounding like that, traumatic wounding, and how that?
What she's saying is beautiful.
Oh, I'm definitely beautiful. I'm a
Yes, I can hear you, Nityama. Go in, please, deal with her, deal with Miss Lips.
Yes. So what I was getting ready to say is Christianity has taught you to view your experiences in nothing but a negative way. Now, at 5 years old, some older kids took me and another 5-year-old girl and coached us into having sex because they were afraid to do it. I considered that experience. Most people would say, oh, you was abused when you was young? No, I was in no way abused. I enjoyed the experience. And it opened my life up to know that I had come to the planet to be a spiritual guidance on this planet, sexually. So that was like me having sex at 5 years old was like giving Beethoven a piano at 6 months old. It launched the rest of my life. By 12, I was in libraries reading big, thick books that I know hardly any adults have ever read. It became my life's passion. So now, where am I? I'm renowned around the world as being one of the experts on the subject. What if that had never happened to me? So I never view a woman having a sexual encounter in her life as something negative. I always say she is being initiated into her craft and having it put right in her face at the beginning of her life so she knows what she's here for.
Wow. Okay, so listen, that's powerful. Now, our panel of women want to respond, but before they respond, I want to go to Heka Activated. Heka, are you listening to this? Heka, do we have you? Heka. Okay. We don't have Heka right now. Don't worry about it. I'm going to go.
Hello? Heka ain't ready.
Okay, there's Heka. I hear you. I hear Heka right now. Okay, cool. Let's go with Heka. Heka.
Okay.
Talk to me. Are you listening to this?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I am listening. And, oh my goodness, I have to say that this is very interesting. And I am totally in agreement with your guest. And I could also say that I have been deprived, but only because I just don't feel as if I've connected with the right form of consciousness to bring forth the energy that I need to bring forth. So as a result, I've passed on. So I will say that although I feel as if women need to take responsibility for who they are or who they come here to be on this planet, I also have to say that if they're not connecting with the right energy, then they can't get the right energy that they need as it pertains to orgasms. So men are not actually playing their roles in order for women to get what they need.
Wow. So listen, our panel is here. Nico, Whitney, and Dr. Bryant. Nico, your response.
Okay. When I was a kid, my father was teaching me how to ride a bike. And the thing that I feel like is important is orgasms, they are amazing, but my life is not ruled by my pussy. And when I do connect with somebody, I'm connecting with them on all levels to get to that place. Like the 5-year-old experience and stuff, beautiful, although it might be, we'll chalk that up to you having great relationships young. I think that those sexual experiences that early on and in that frame of reference are not necessarily the best examples, because for me, it sounds like the smile to keep from crying. As an adult, I take full responsibility for my body, and I've had extremely wonderful and amazing orgasmic experiences. I'm not saying that everybody is fortunate in that context to have those, but those connections, they don't resonate with me in a positive light.
Wow. Whitney, your thoughts?
What connection?
Those experiences, like you having an experience being forced at 5 years old, and then her finding, the jewel crown in her pussy through her father, at a young age. Those are not experiences that resonate with me. Although, I'm glad you guys found your voice in sharing them. That's perfectly fine. But those are not the type of experiences that I would like to impress upon people to have.
Yours is the least common of the two. I work with thousands of women, and I hardly even come in contact with any that have not had some kind of an experience. So I'm not telling you that these experiences are the best thing. I'm saying that whatever experiences you have, take them and turn them into something good for your life.
Well, that I believe in. I mean, we make lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah, but that's all. That's all I'm saying. But I ain't got to be mad at the lemon.
Wow.
Because I burn myself up with hatred and anger and all these things. I'm in no way interested in hurting myself, period.
Right.
For nobody and no experience.
Oh, I agree.
I would never do that to myself.
I agree with you. I believe in making art.
And here's the other thing. See, if you held and cried with as many women as I have that have gone through these experiences and had them tell you what it was like, and then see them reclaim the experience and take it and make their life open up like they never could have imagined their life to ever be, then you'd have a whole different take on things.
Wow.
Absolutely. And I agree with you, Nityama. I think that it's all within perspective. And so I think that everyone's perspective or what they tend to make their experiences out to be is up to them. And it's okay for them to own that experience and to deal with it the way they choose to. And I do agree that making your experiences that might have been traumatic in your life a positive experience for you, not saying that you're negating the experience, like the smile that's crying, that's covering up the pain, but acknowledging it and making it something positive is something that I do agree with.
Wow. Whitney?
And we have to be aware of the fact that we live in a very heavily indoctrinated Catholicism type environment.
A religious environment.
Don't like sex at all. So anything about sex is already something negative before it even starts.
When it comes to religion.
Wow. Whitney, do you have something to add?
No, I'm just like, thanks, Ms. Lips, for sharing. This is great. I'm
Ms.
just
Lips,
sitting back like, I'm writing notes and all learning all.
She
crazy.
really shared. Listen,
I'm really sitting here like,
this is what I want to do right now because we have Heka activated on the line. Heka is a psychic medium. And hey, I don't know how this is going to work. But if you have a question or if you want to ask her something, maybe you call us right now at 844-55-1. That's 844-55-1. Heka Activated is on the line with world-renowned spiritual energy healer Nityama. He's dropping bombas on your mama this evening. Anyway, Voice of Reason back in the building. Chacho from Mexico is on the line.
Sweet.
Speak to me, Chacho. Chacharini.
No, wrong country. No.
Well, maybe he had a Boost
Chacho,
Mobile.
you there?
Yeah, maybe he was calling from a prison. Trying to. That was on the line.
Can't with you.
Oh my God. But let's go back to Heka. Heka, you on with us?
I have a question.
Yes, I'm on. Can you hear me?
Yes, Whitney Tabor has a question for you.
Heka. So we didn't get a touch on it last show, but I previously went to, years ago, I had went with a friend and I was read and she told me that I was going to meet my soulmate at a certain number. I kind of want to see, I just want to see if you guys get the same number. That's really...
Okay, I see 36. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay, I see the number 36. I'm not exactly sure what she said, but that's the number that comes up for me. It's 36. I don't like to, kind of compete with other fights.
No. I was just like,
or what have you, because the energy kind of changes, and different people read different ways, but. Regardless, I see the number 36.
That's a good number.
So that could
I like
be
it.
36.
Thank you. That's it. I mean, I was totally off topic. I didn't even...
Heka, Miss Dr. Bryant has a question for you. This
Heka,
shit is going to go
my
bad.
girl.
Right.
It's not going to go bad. It's really simple. I had a really good business meeting earlier today prior to coming to the station. Just wanted to know what energy you feel from that meeting.
Tell her the truth, Heka.
Was there a woman involved in the meeting as well?
No.
There was no woman involved? will there be a woman that will take part of whatever this meeting was about?
There will be multiple women in couples.
Okay.
Is she gonna make it? Is she? I see, because she playing games. I'll ask the real question. Is she gonna fall?
I'm trying to get in. I'll tag in. You need a partner or something. Look, I could be that woman.
Is it gonna happen for her or no?
It just wasn't.
Is it going to happen for her? Is what you're asking?
Yes.
I feel as if there's something else that's not there yet that has to be there. That's the best way that I know how to put it. I feel as if it's not settled yet because there's something else that has to take place.
No, you're right.
Are you familiar with the something else?
They're drafting up contracts now, and our attorneys have contacted each other. So that might be the in between gap. Maybe
This is interesting. Get to your phone lines right now.
Yeah. So
844.
So therefore, perhaps some type of negotiations or something that has to take place, and it's just not settled just yet to the point to where you're saying, "Oh, it's a go." The energies are still in the mix, or they're still moving around. They're still trying to find their fit. That's what I get.
Okay, so Heka, where's your website?
I'll say this: it definitely feels much more positive than not.
I'll
Good.
take that.
Heka, what website can people contact you on? What is the site where you give an in-depth reading?
Yes, for sure. Contact me at www.heka, Heka, activated, just like it sounds, .com.
And also, my man Nityama is on the line. Nityama, your website is, and I want to pronounce it right and I want to spell it right so everybody out there can connect with it. What is the website for you, for people to connect with you, brother? Nityama?
It's www. Nityama.com/blog, blog.
Got it. www.nityama. Spell Nityama.
We can't.
Nityama.
Got it.
Where's that name from? That's a dope name. I've never met a Nityama. It's cracking.
It's Sanskrit. And my full name is Shantam Nityama, and it means the eternal silence.
That's what's up.
I'm telling you, he ain't no joke.
And is that your birth name, or did you change your name to that?
It was given to me by Osho.
Are you guys familiar with Osho?
Yes.
Please don't play yourself.
Oh, yes.
So that's where
I have a question for Nityama.
Oh.
Yes, love.
Yes. This is Heka. I have a question for you. So I get the whole, I got all the information that you were saying as far as, the buildup that women experience as a result of not releasing that energy. But I have to ask the question, is it better for her to release that energy with the man who's not experienced enough for her to release it appropriately than to not release at all?
Well, see, if a man has no clue what to do with a woman, he's never going to be able to make you release it anyway. He has to understand. He has to have enough love and depth of understanding of woman to know how to be with her for her to be the way she naturally is. Otherwise, he just messes with her. He's not really coming to do what you need to have done. He's coming to do what he wants to do. That's different. So,
let me just get this clear. So, as
run around trying to communicate and educate men, because I don't want to see my beautiful women living like this.
So,
but
do you think
got to have a depth of understanding in order to get this situation to change?
So is there if men go to your website, women, we can learn about this? We need to learn. Teach us.
Yeah, well, I'm getting ready to do totally new websites. I've never had a website. This is not even my website. Somebody threw this up because they thought the world ought to know that I exist. Now I'm getting ready to put a website together.
Hey, this brother ain't no joke. I'm telling you, ever since he's come on my show, he has just really been putting it down, man. And I'm trying my best to get him out there to the world so everybody can see and know what he's about. Let's do it this way. I have to ask this question, and I think it's very important. Is sex energy, because it seems like that's what we're talking about, is sex energy. Is that the key ingredient to the law of attraction? And for some reason, we don't use sex to create the reality that we want, so we tend to misuse it and create these horrible relationship experiences?
And babies.
I
was talking to Nityama.
Oh.
That's why we're not together.
I love it.
Right. This is why we...
Because you don't support me and you don't make me orgasm. That's why we're not together.
Damn. Bow.
Wow. I didn't know.
I was gonna ask if Zoe has done the training. Has Zoe done the Nityama training? No,
I haven't.
Because I'm backed up with all kinds of orchid.
Back it up.
I can tell you backed up.
Ooh.
So, Nityama, can we unclog this Roto-Rooter situation over here?
Hilarious.
Nityama, can you unplug me, unstop me or something via the phone?
Oh, yeah. Do it right now on the phone. I'm
sorry. I don't have sex like that. I'm not into... Oh, he hung up on me.
He was like, girl, there ain't no chance for you.
He's like, it's too much unplugging for her. I got to go.
I was hoping he would knock out some fibroids, too.
Come on now.
Oh, this is big. Did we lose Nityama? Is he on with us? Oh, Jesus.
And you know he on a landline, so...
Damn. I can't. Yes. Just text. You text him.
No bullshit. He does this.
I believe that he does it.
We want to see him do it. So he does it, he does it. So can he do it?
So are you open? Are you open? Are you guys open to have an orgasm right now?
Go. Tell him to do it.
Let me tell you something. I do not share, give, or have my orgasms without anybody of my choosing. Now, I will watch.
So you're not.
Yeah, I'll watch.
I will. I'm not open to this situation because I'm in the middle of having my own orgasm someplace else right now.
Girl.
But I'm open to watching. And the thing about this is I really wish that he would focus on some men and teach them because...
Hey, this is your lesson. You don't get to choose who he's teaching. This is your lesson, and you're going to take it. Leah from Canada, you're on the line right now. Leah, speak to us.
What was the question again?
You just called in? What happened? We were asking a question to Nityama.
Hi, Leah. How are you?
How are you, Leah?
Wait, this ain't
Leah, have you ever had an orgasm? That's a question. Have you ever had an orgasm, Leah?
Leah, are you there?
Oh, we got
Okay, our phone lines are just really wacky right now. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a break, and we're going to give our phone lines an opportunity to poot, to clear out all of the mess that's in it, and we're going to get all our guests back on the line. We'll be back at 2.2. Voice of Reason is crazy. Oh, my God. We'll be back in a second.
Whoop.
Man, this show is crazy.
Crazy.
I think this show is moving in a direction that... Listen, get to your phone lines right now, 855 or 844-55-1. That's 844-55-1. The phone lines have been a little wacky today, but that's okay. We're going to continue with the conversation. Do we have some? Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, Nityama, Heka, you guys are on?
Yes, I'm here.
Let me ask you both this question and the panel as well. Glad to have you back, brother. Is there such a thing as an internal energy or energy orgasm? If so, what does that look like or what does that consist of? And is that different from the physical orgasm?
You want me to go first?
Yes, brother. Go ahead. And then, Heka, come on through.
Okay. First of all orgasms, when they really become really deep orgasms, are more energetic than they are physical. This is confused everybody. This is an energy word. There's no such thing as physical. everything is made up of vibrating, moving energy. And so, therefore, anything that goes on inside a vibrating, moving, energetic being is always energetic. They confuse you by making you had to do with penis size and how many strokes and things. It has nothing to do with that. That's the reason why I can do whatever I do from anywhere in the world. I don't need to be in the room with the one of her. She is energetic. There is no such thing as time and space. So the moment that I know and realize these things, then I am capable of interacting with her and making her anywhere in the world.
Wow. Wow.
So that's the first thing that has to be understood. And so when I speak about an orgasm, I'm talking about the eyelashes being an orgasm. When I talk about an orgasm, I bring a woman to orgasm in her teeth. In her teeth. Places that she never even thought of would have ever dreamed that she could be orgasmic. The truth of the matter is though every spot on a woman's body is potentially orgasmic. It's just a matter of a man taking the to be able to figure out the combination to that spot.
Wow.
So I bring her to orgasms in her scalp, in her the ends of her hair in my finger, which she thinks there's no feeling in. I'll take her hair and be with it with my fingers till I bring her to orgasm.
So Nityama, let me ask you this really quickly. Are there different types of orgasms? I once heard you said there are throat orgasms. Can you speak to that?
Most women have no idea. Most women have no idea that a woman can have an orgasm in the back of her, two little holes in front of her tonsils, that when she has orgasms in the back of her mouth, she even secretes a thick, creamy white nectar out of her mouth while she's having orgasms in her mouth. What she fails to realize is that her vaginal tissue and the tissue in her larynx and parts of her throat are identical to her vagina. When she is totally open sexually, she has orgasms on both ends simultaneously.
Wow.
That's the mouth, the breast, her nipples, her throat. That's her positive pole. My positive pole is my penis, my testicles, and the shaft and the head of my penis. So her negative pole goes in. I penetrate her negative pole with my penis, which is her vagina. She, in turn, brings that energy up into her heart, and on her exhale, penetrates my heart out of her heart. That sets up a circuit where we are now exchanging energy.
Wow.
When we do that, I become both electric and magnetic. She becomes magnetic and electric. So we both leave the experience being electromagnetic. Whereas before we were basically carrying only one of those poles.
Wow. Let me get Heka in on that. Heka, you're listening to this, right?
Right, absolutely. I hear this.
And what do you think? What are you
totally
feeling?
agree.
What are you sensing here? Talk to me, Heka.
Well, what I'm sensing is, what I totally agree with is that the orgasms are totally energetic, because I like to say that our sexual energy is what most people call God. I mean, it's everything that we see. It creates everything that we see around us. Energetically, when you're actually having an orgasm, you've actually reached that God state. That's what I like to tell people. That's what I like to say. That's what I've experienced, okay? Not with everybody.
But you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
Some people.
You know what's crazy, Heka? I'm listening to this, and I'm listening to my brother Nityama, I'm listening to the sisters right now, and it makes me feel like all other relationships that don't experience or reach this level is like diet relationships. It's like we're not living real lives. Like, if we're not having these kinds of experiences, what is your marriage really about? And wait, let me get this together, and I'm gonna go to my panel that's in the room right now. 27 million couples in America exist in a sexless marriage.
Wow.
And the estimate says That's on the low end. On the high end, it could go all the way up to 40 million couples. So it's almost like we're just going through the motions. And I'm listening to this brother talk about for women having throat orgasms and feeling the orgasm in their teeth and in their hair follicles and all of this and that. And I'm saying, if we're not living that kind of experience, or if we're not able to reach that level of consciousness in relationship, can you call your relationship a relationship?
Well, but that's because it doesn't take sex, meaning intercourse or oral sex, for you to have an orgasm experience. When you are having an emotional orgasm, you don't have to be penetrating me for me to be emotionally orgasming. If you are intellectually stimulating me, mentally stimulating me, and I'm having an orgasm in that area, it doesn't take your penis to be inside my vagina.
It has nothing to do with your mental, okay?
That's fine. But what I'm saying is that even a spiritual orgasm does not have to consist of intercourse. Well, a spiritual orgasm does not have to be sex, meaning intercourse or oral sex.
Well,
Nico?
I agree. And when you say that many couples aren't having sex, you mean specifically with each other,
intercourse,
right?
Exactly.
Intercourse, married couples, you mean they're not having sex with each other. They're probably still having sex, just not together. Okay, great.
Yeah, over at ashleymadison.com, where the married couples go to cheat.
Okay.
Discreetly.
Well,
online.
The thing about this is I feel like you're going to have an orgasmic relationship with anybody that you're in love with. And I think if you're in love with a person, like when I first met you, Zoe, it was love.
Really?
Absolutely.
Jesus.
Real life.
You know? And so if I can't be in love with my friends and have those types of same relationships, you know, you have those same types of relationships as long as you are in love with them. They just have boundaries to them. But they still have to.
They're platonic.
Yeah, they have to have the same amount of beauty as your relationship that you're extending yourself physiological with your partner.
And I just want to add on to that. Yes, because I have many orgasmic experiences with my mother, my best friend, my father. When our relationship, our conversation gets to a level where I'm feeling fully wide open, vulnerable, and satisfied internally, I'm in an orgasmic space. I'm like, oh my God, this is the moment. This is what feels so right. This is the connection. I'm in love in this space, in this present moment. That's an orgasmic experience for me. That's non-sexual.
Listen, let me just say right now, and I'm going to bring Nityama and Heka back in here.
Intercourse is not everything.
You guys, it just sounds so fucking Pollyanna to me. It sounds so easily accessible, like this shit is in a vending machine somewhere that you can purchase and pull out.
Real life.
What I'm saying is, in real life, as a 40-something-year-old guy, you know, love and all of this high-end stuff that we're talking about today is rare than a motherfucker.
No, it's not. I think that stuff is truly a reality.
I'm not saying it isn't a reality.
That's the world I live in. You know what I mean? Like, I have to be in love with my friends in order to support them and respect them and honor them. And I don't give that to I don't give anything less to any other individual. I told my son, let me
tell you what I told my son when he was going to high school. I said, every high school is its own society. And they have their own social game rules. I said, now, you have to maintain who you are when you come into this society, or you'll be assimilated into the society of the school you go to. Every school is different. I said, so see it as a pool of urine. If you get in the pool, some is bound to get in your mouth. There's no way you're going to get some in your mouth. Some of it is going to get in you. So my point is, we talk about these high, lofty goals, but we live in a sick society.
But
Krishna, let me just make this point. Let me make this point. Krishnamurti, my favorite philosopher, said, it is no measure of health to be conveniently or completely integrated into a sick society. We have to fix society before we can fix relationships. Or which one comes first? I don't know. Nityama, Heka, talk to us.
But you know, everyone has standards.
I think society. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I think society, because even with this whole sexual energy thing that we're speaking about, the whole orgasmic energy we're speaking about right now, unless we are made aware on a conscious level what this is all about, we can't make anything happen with it. Right. Not just for women, but for men too. Right. So as a society, if we're not fixed, then it all is worth nothing. Basically, is not worth anything. we could go out and we could have sex and we can go through the motion, but not many of us has had the experience that he's speaking about.
Wow.
Not many of us has had it.
Whitney?
And not many of us will have it.
Whitney?
Because a lot of us, we're so caught up in society's way of doing things, the religious confinement of sex being taboo, that we miss out on opportunities to really experience the energy in this way.
Okay,
Yes,
Whitney.
no, I
Whitney?
definitely, everything that Heka just said, I agree with. I just read or saw an article, an interview from Chris Brown, who tons of my friends, all these young girls love him. He's the new R. Kelly and sexual everything. He is like that guy. He just did a interview and basically said he would never marry because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. He can just go fucking do whatever he wants and then have a couple kids though.
But was he referring to worth it financially, or is he saying worth it?
Yeah,
meaning
financially,
because he
and-
can cheat and be married. He
Yeah.
does whatever he wants to do anyway.
Yeah, but it was like, so that's the way that young people look.
But because when you say worth, that means that you yourself have to know your value.
There you go.
Okay, so you have to start there. And when I speak about like being involved in those types of relationships, all I'm saying is the standards. You're like this high practice of being engaged and being, I'm just saying I have high standards for my relationships as far as like being in love with my friends and my family. So,
And we just need the rest of the world to get on board with that.
So I'm going to ask Nityama this question. I'm going to ask Heka this question. I'm going to ask the panel this question. What is the difference between being open sexually to a spiritual experience? In other words, having sex to reach a spiritual experience with your partner and sexual taboos. Right? This is why, because some people think getting kinky and being hella, doing all of the taboo and freaky and all of this
What's an
is
example of
opening them up.
kinky?
Sex on a girl's period.
Well,
Or this new shit everybody is on called truffle butter.
What is that?
Yeah, I still haven't looked it up. I still have not. I love that
What's
song.
truffle
by the way.
butter?
Truffle butter
Enlighten me.
is anal sex,
Oh, I did know.
getting some brown peanut butter from the back end. That's called truffle butter, and then going into the vagina.
Oh, that is so
That's not
hygienically
healthy.
Truffle
unhealthy
butter.
and
That's not
unclean.
good.
Yeah.
That's not healthy at all.
And it's a
Nityama,
really, it's
let's
There's a
get-
lot of
I mean,
bacteria in there.
Let's get Nityama
what's
on.
crazy to me?
Nityama, what's
A
the
lot of
difference
bacteria.
between sexual's, spiritual revelation
And truffle butter.
and shit,
It's
sexual
like a hot-
taboo?
That song is like number 5 on the right. Like,
Yeah. That's what he's talking about, truffle butter. That's what he's talking about. Is Nityama on with us?
some people just save something for nothing.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
hey, I'm going to Nityama. We're going to cut mics again? Or you guys were being really good for the last few minutes?
3 minutes.
Nityama, you there with us?
Hello?
Yes, brother.
Yeah?
Did you hear what I was saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I heard what you're saying.
Okay.
First of all, we are spirit. We talk about spirit like it's something different than
in
us.
ourselves.
We are spirit. That's all you are. You could never be anything else. Now, what do you choose to do while being here as a spiritual being? That is the question. And so some things are just, they just don't fit. See, what most people fail to realize is that anal sex, women enjoy it because there's so many sensations around the anus. But the truth of the matter is that kind of sex can tear your rectum. When you tear your rectum, blood comes in contact with feces. That sends your immune system into a red alert. And it has to keep working until that place can be closed again. Now, if you're constantly doing that and constantly tearing the rectum and keeping the immune system in high alert all the time, like the gays and gay homosexuals did in San Francisco, what happens is that you will eventually exhaust your immune system. It will become so overworked till it stops working. The moment that happens, all the infectious things in your body start to eat your body up as though you have died. Because the only way that the body realizes that it's alive is because the immune system is functioning. The moment it stops functioning, it starts to get rid of the body. This is the reason why the people that they claim have AIDS. I don't believe in AIDS. These people have autoimmune deficiency syndromes. That's something different than a disease called AIDS. The moment that they have that, they start looking sunken in. All their muscles start disappearing. They're being eaten up from the inside because they no longer have an immune system. But you got to ask yourself, what made the immune system collapse in the first place? Nobody answers that question. So they got you running from things that you should never be afraid of while doing things that will kill you.
Wow. Nityama, I got to ask you another quick question. Miss Lips from Atlanta just asked me to ask you a question. She said, can you talk about swallowing cum? Is it okay? She says the Hispanics do it to keep that energy connection and relationship close. Is this true? Is it? I don't understand. That's what she said.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't even know.
The nectar that comes out of a woman, in olden times, they revered it. It was called food for the god.
Ambrosia.
So if a man knew ambrosia, so if a man knew how to make love to you and make you come on both ends at the same time, he experienced you coming on his penis, and he was drinking the nectar that was coming out of your mouth. In the olden days, they had harems. Everybody thinks that the harems were about having a bunch of people to have sex with. No. Those men knew and understood something that nobody in their kingdom probably understood. Most of the time, the women in the harems were virgins. So how can you have a harem full of virgins and then be having sex? They wouldn't be virgins. What the man was doing was activating them and drinking the nectar that they produced. He ate very little food. He only ate food for taste. He was actually being fed by the nectar of these virgins. And there's also another type of nectar that most women are unaware of. If a man knows how to be with you, he will bring your milk in, whether you're pregnant, whether you ever thought about being pregnant, whether you ever, even if you've never had sex. He'll bring your milk in. That is revered in Tibet by all of the monks as the highest nectar that you can get from a woman is her breast milk when she is in no way pregnant.
I'm trying to make money off my
change
nectar.
a man's consciousness.
This is funny.
The average man ever get a taste of it like that, he'll have shivers running all through him.
Yeah,
So
I'm looking for that milk.
These are the ways in which women create gods on this planet. Ain't no women creating no gods at this point.
Say more. No women are creating gods. Say more. I need to hear more.
I'm saying no man can become a god on this planet except through a woman.
Boom.
But it can only be a woman that understands who she is and what she brings to the planet to create gods with. It ain't about her satisfying him sexually. See, I'm talking about sex because hidden in sex is the Amrita for life. This is how you live longer. This is how you are able to manifest instantaneously. So I'm just cultivating the sexual energy to have it available for much higher things.
Wow.
So if you understand the woman, then she is creating things that will lift a man to heights he can hardly even imagine, even after you tell him.
So Nityama,
the whole thing that
Nityama, I have a question.
Yes,
I'm gonna self-disclose. This is Dr. Bryant. I'm gonna self-disclose. I have always produced breast milk, and I don't have any kids. And so my question to you,
God.
Nityama, stop it.
Money,
Nityama,
man.
stop
Sell
it.
that.
Nityama, stop it.
Girl, you should be
I know.
selling that. Make
Listen,
some money.
Nityama, so can I monopolize off of it? No, the real question to you is, no, I'm being honest right now. I'm self-disclosing. So I want to know tell me, what does that mean? Because I have always produced breast milk and I don't have any kids. And I've always wondered, like the doctor said it was normal. I've always thought it was normal.
What is it for? It is normal.
He loved it. Nityama said,
if I walked into a room with you, even if I hadn't known that, I would have plucked you out.
Ooh. What does that mean?
I would have felt it.
Oh, okay. How? What does that? Okay, what does that mean? So, what can I do with my breast milk that can benefit me, my man, the world? Tell me, Nityama.
I'm going to set up.
I mean, can I bottle it up? Can I sell it and make gods?
Most men are a little squeamish. I've had women, I'd meet them and I would recognize that they had milk, and then I'd tell them, and then they would start crying. And then they would tell me how they've been begging all of the men that they've been with to nurse at their breasts, and none of them would do it. And they were in pain. Why? Because that is part of what is most precious about them that they bring to the planet to share, and then they couldn't give it away.
But now, can I say, I had a man who I showed that I had that milk, and he did taste.
What did he? Nurse. What you giggling about? What did he do?
Because I'm like, okay, I'm live and my self-disclosing too much. Okay, Nityama. So you ain't gonna
be able to go to the club because everybody gonna be like,
she got milk.
Milk lady.
Can I get a white Russian?
I expressed to him and I showed him that I do have milk, etc. And I told him to taste it, and he was open to tasting it and doing all that stuff. So did I make him, I'm being honest, not sarcastic. So did I make him a god? What did that milk exchange do for him or for me? Like, did that?
Well, it all depends on what energy follows thought. Know that first. So it all depends on what he was doing in his mind, why he was doing it. If he thought he was doing something kinky or strange, then he's closed himself off to what it has to benefit him. If a man comes to you valuing you and honoring you and being extremely grateful that you allow him to nurse at your breast, then it can change his life forever. The same as sex with a conscious man can change a woman's life forever, even if you only have sex with him one time.
Nityama, she's a co-worker, so I'm gonna end the show early because I'm gonna try to get some milk before I get up out of here.
Hilarious.
Here comes your second childhood.
But so honestly, Nityama, so my milk serves a lot of value for me as a woman. Is that what you're saying? I'm being honest. I just want to know.
You can sell that, by the way.
I mean, it's not a taboo thing. It's
damn it.
Yeah,
I don't want no more. He already just went to the store. He don't need
Heka
no
on
milk.
still?
That landline.
Bring Heka back, and we'll get Nityama back. Let's make sure we get. Oh Jesus! Everybody's falling off the lines,
falling apart like a bad burrito.
Anyway, but you know what? The time is crazy. Anyway, we're almost at the end of the show.
Wonderful.
I mean,
Zoe
ladies, what did y'all think of today's show?
Zoe Williams. I had no clue as to what you were going to indoctrinate me into today.
Yes. Listen, we're not afraid of the tough conversations and the tough questions.
Really tough.
Or the attacks that I get all the time, or the aggressiveness, or the Zoe picks on me and fights me, and then Whitney has to come have my back.
No, the problem with Dr. Cheyenne, she's just a little too socialized. The way America is right. My brand and me and ding. It's too much of that.
Ratchet conservative.
Zoe wants me to hang out and swing on the pole next Monday and risk my brand. And I told him I may or may not be able to be in certain company amongst people.
I did not tell you to go get on the pole.
And he wants my stripper name to be Dr. Bryant.
I'd be cracking with a coat.
But we can go in the bathroom and I can nurse.
I can't.
I'm serious about nursing in this motherfucker this evening. Who is this? Nityama, bring him back. Brother Nityama, man, I'm so proud to have you, man, on all the shows that you've participated on. But I want everybody to go out and support Nityama. Go to his website, www.nityama.com. What was it? .com or .blog?
Nityama.com.
Yes.
/blog. And in order to get the DVD, in order to see the things that I actually do, you go to tinyurl.com /Nityama DVD.
Got it. Go there now. I mean, I watched this DVD. It's about 2 hours long. Nityama goes in and explains his history and his transformation and how his spiritual energy started to rise and change him as a person. And then he knew he had this energy and he has a woman laying there in front of him. And then he demonstrates on her. It's amazing. This dude is no joke. I wouldn't bring no charlatans on. I don't get down like that. I appreciate my man, Nityama. Thank you for calling in, man. Thank you for dealing with the constant phone line issues or whatever. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah. It's always good to be with you, though.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Nityama. You're very informative.
thank
We
you.
appreciate you.
Yes.
You're welcome, beautiful women.
Thank you. We have all orgasms.
Right? That's what
At
I'm
the
saying. That just
moment.
gave me a little tingle.
So, there it is. I'll talk to you in a bit, Nityama. Now, Heka Activated, we lost her. You guys got to find Heka Activated on Facebook, Instagram. She has a website. She's a celebrity psychic. She's no joke either. Great readings. Get in-depth readings from her. Go check her out. Everybody, tell us where they can connect. I'm going to go with Nico first, then
You
back
can
around.
check me out at IamNotMyMother.com, Nicole C at Twitter, and Nicole at Facebook.com. Same thing at Instagram.
Wow.
What's up, y'all? This is Miss Tabor. You can find me Instagram and Twitter, everything at Miss Tabor, Taber. Hit my Snapchat, what? WHITLEI. You can hit me on MissTabor.com. I'm all over the
Truffle
place.
butter.
Not any of that. I don't know about that shit. I don't know. No.
Snapchat at truffle butter. What the fuck?
That's not my Snapchat. But,
What?
Hey, this is Dr. Bryant. My Twitter and Instagram is _ Dr. Bryant. So that's _ Dr. Bryant. On Facebook, just go ahead and search Cheyenne Bryant or Dr. Bryant. My website is mentaldetoxbook.com. That's to purchase my book. Or you can go to amazon.com for the ebook and or paperback, mentaldetoxbook.com. Again, _ Dr. Bryant. Thank you.
Really quickly on Instagram, get at me at Mr. Zowhat. That's at Mr. Zowhat, ZOWHAT, at Mr. Zowhat on Twitter, at Zoe Williams. Follow me on Twitter. Also, you gotta support my Indiegogo campaign. We're doing a relationship roundtable tour. Oh, it's gonna be crazy. Oh my God, it's gonna be bananas. I just wrote a book, 12 chapters, called The Relationship Dismount. How to Stick the Landing When Leaving a Negative Relationship. It is the ultimate breakup guide.
Nice.
The Relationship Dismount. We're doing a tour. You got to find us on Indiegogo. I think it's ZWMS Relationship Dismount Book Tour.
That's a lot of information.
Yes, please.
Just say it again.
You know what? Yes. ZWMS Relationship Dismount Book Tour on Indiegogo. Go there now. Support us. We need the money. We need all of the help we can get. Today's show was crazy. And I hope we started a dialogue for y'all at home. And we'll see you. Wait, I think we're back here Friday.
Oh, what?
Yeah. From 5 to 7, the voice of reason. So
Voice of
we
Reason.
out.
Hot
Hot button.
Shout
Shout out to the Joneses.